Hello Weekend Crafter, welcome back to the Craft Time Studio. I'm Ange and for today, we are doing some muted pastels. I know that this video comes a week earlier than my usual upload of color recipes. But as my upcoming projects will also use this color scheme, I decided that I really needed to start with the recipes first. For another spring-inspired set of ideas, I'm going for more muted pastel colors. Today, I will be making a hint of peach, misty blue, pineapple delight yellow, and light moss green. As always, let us begin by cleaning our mat with some alcohol and wiping it down. I'm using a glass mat, by the way, as my surface. To recap, we will be doing a hint of peach, misty blue, pineapple delight, yellow, and light moss green. The base of all these colors is pink. To make this pink, we will need to mix Sculpey Primo Beige, Sculpey in Ballerina Pink, and white. You can also use a different brand as long as the colors are more or less similar. To get this pastel shade of pink, you will need to mix equal parts of beige, pink, and white. If you've watched my previous color mixing videos, you will know that my beige is pretty hard and crumbly. So to soften this, I will need to hammer on it a bit to help speed up the conditioning process. This is how it looks like now that it's been hammered. But even so, when I pass it through the roller, the first few times it will still be very crumbly. That is why I put the roller on a very thin setting, like the number 7, to try and force the clay to stick together. After a few more passes, it starts sticking to one another. I cut half of it off and set it aside. The other half, I add a tiny sliver of Primo Orange. This orange is to give my pink that slightest hint of peach. I add my orange a little at a time to make sure that my clay doesn't get too orange. Let's compare how the two pinks look like now. As you can tell, the first one on the right is looking very bright, while the one on the left looks more muted. It's really amazing to me how small additions of color can change your palette entirely. As I've mentioned, pink will run through the entire color scheme. For this next color, grab some pink, some Primo Cobalt Blue clay, and white. Mix half part white and a sliver of blue and half part pink. Condition this carefully, and once it's fully blended, add another sliver of blue. I always do this when I mix the dark colors with my lighter ones. I just blend it slowly until I get the shade that I'm after. I will name the resulting color Misty Blue. For the third color, cut a little bit of that blue as we will be using it for the light moss green that I want to make. Get some olive green and 1 part white. Once these colors are mixed, you will get this beautiful light shade of green. And we are down to the final color. Let's get the remaining pink color and add about the 1/16 of cadmium yellow. After mixing it in, I add 1 more slice of yellow. I'm calling this shade Pineapple Delight. I find that when I have a base color that I use to produce all the other colors, the resulting palette combines very well with each other, so that whatever combination I make with them doesn't clash. Here is the sample of the colors that I made when put together. I can also envision making a lot of Easter earrings with these muted pastels. I hope that you liked my color recipe tutorial. If you haven't yet, do consider liking and subscribing to the Craft Time Studio. Have a crafty weekend. Bye!